What is up, everybody? My name is Justin for Party Rental Knowledge. Ignore the bounce house blower. I'm going to show you about this dunk tank today because we're a bounce house company. We also have dunk tanks. We're an event company that does dunk tanks. I love bounce houses. If you didn't know that. Let me get right into it. I'm going to show you how much money this thing can really make you. But the first thing you have to do is learn how to set it up. So this is the dunk tank. It's an easy dunker from Twister Display. Come around here. You can see the whole thing is basically self-contained. I literally take this and put it right in the back of my pickup truck right there. So I literally fit this thing right here. I think it's a 6-foot bed or it's an 8-foot bed. I think it's an 8-foot bed. I'm pretty sure it fits an 8-foot. It's fitting a 6-foot. Actually, I don't know. It's pretty much on the wheel wells. This thing won't fit in an S10. I can tell you that much. But they make towable versions of this. You can buy a towable version. But like I said, this one, I like it because you can put it in a box truck or in a trailer. It doesn't fit in my 6-foot trailer, but it fits in my 7-foot trailer. But yeah, completely self-contained. You come over around here, show you a couple things that's going on with it. This is strapped here. These are the wings for the dunk tank. Right here you have the arm that's actually used for the mechanism. Here's the mechanism right here. It comes with a lock and safety mechanism. And then the ladder is basically built right into this thing. So you can climb right up the ladder, they go up in here, sit down. The reason you have this safety mechanism on is because if this seat goes forward when it's not on, they might not be prepared because it's not fully latched. This is an extra precaution to keep kids safe. We'll go about that over that again in a little bit. If you look right in here, I store all my crap for the dunk tank inside the dunk tank. So it keeps it simple. I also have a box with the extra balls, extra wheels, because those things suck. There's also, if you see this little outcrop right here, on the inside, it's an indent, so you can actually step up and down and get out of the dunk tank when you're using it. Another feature is this big old netted window. Keeps zombies out or balls from hitting you in the face. It also has the glass front. It's not glass, it's plexiglass. This is so you can see people going in and out, and then people can't really drown in there or get hurt without people being visibly seen. Some insurance companies require you to have that window on your dunk tank. Then you got the branding. I love putting stickers on stuff with my logo, which you should have that everywhere. It's very hard for a party rental company to get noticed who they are, but people know who I am because of the branding. And I also love QR codes. That goes to my website, but I have another QR code that will be printed on here that goes to a safety video for this dunk tank. Basically shows you how to use it and all that. So now when somebody calls me, how do I use a dunk tank? Well, watch this video. All right, now I'm gonna set this dunk tank up. You ready? This is basically what you do. You pull this out of a truck or trailer or whatever, and I have all the stuff inside it, and I'm not getting in and climbing out of it, so I just do this. Also, if there's a bunch of water in it, because I'm not going to fill this up right now, you can do this too. I can lean back and do it, but if it's got water in it, you want to go up, and then lean back. Use that leverage, baby. So then boom. Then you start chucking stuff out. Got hoses. Yes, I buy red, white, and blue hoses because it's branded. The balls, I leave the balls in there because they actually float and they'll float up to the top. If I take my target out, I take my plug. I make sure the plug always stays in there so I don't lose it. I'm gonna put it back in, but sometimes people put it in tight or loose and it drops in a field and you don't have to plug. This is kind of important if you want to hold water. Lift it back up. First thing you want to do is make sure you put the plug in so you don't lose it. It goes right in here. There's a spot on it so you can tighten it with a wrench. I always just hand tighten it. You're going to be fine. Then it comes with these little bungees. These things I use to actually keep it together. And you also use it to put the background on. There was like other pins and stuff for this, but honestly I lost them. So this is what I do. Here's the wings that come out. You gotta pull this pin out. Raise it up. this piece goes on like this. It's stored like this, and it goes on the. Yeah. Then you pop this out. This is supposed to have a pin in it. I lost it. I gotta grab another one. This goes right in here like this. That's it. But I don't put it in yet. I put the banner up first. So here's the banner. This one looks like a clown, because I'm a clown. You can get one like specially printed. I have companies that hit me up, like, you know what I mean, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, different sporting companies. You can do different like schools, whatever you want. I can say happy birthday, Jason or Justin. You know what I mean? Whatever you want on it, you can have these printed by Leisure. When you're putting this on, because a lot of times you just use the regular yellow one, and you're not going to know what ways the face and all that if it's upside down. You want to make sure you have the grommets facing the inside when you put it on. If you put it on the other way, even if it was the yellow and this is open, it's not going to work because that would be on this side. Start a little bit at the top, go a little bit in the bottom, and then then take these little pieces, stick it through the grommet, and go right there. And that holds the banner in place. There's one here. And there's also one here. And then there's one here. Take this, stick it through here. There's these little pieces. You want to make sure it's through there. And then there you go. So now when this is pushed forward, that pushes this forward. And it can move forward as long as this can go down as long as there's weight on it and this latch isn't moved. Then I even had these custom made for companies too, targets. And you just start spinning. Just long screw. And I swear it could probably be half the size. Bob, twister display. Hearing this and watching this. Tell me, can this screw be half the length that it is? Because it's easy to go in, but it sucks taking it out. Alright, now that that's done, Bob, basically the dunk tank's done. You put a pin in here too. I lost it at the last event, so this thing can't pop out. Sometimes this will go too far forward, and now the dunk tank's messed up. It happens. Basically just want to put it in, or you can take this off and put it back. If this breaks, you can use a pair of vice grips to fix it. There's a way to do it, or you can probably just, you know what I mean, twister. These things cost like $3,000. You can bring, if I were to give this back right now, they'd give me $1,000 for it. Just even if this was beat to hell, they'd probably give me more money because this is beat. But they take trade-ins for newer dunk tanks all the time, and you get different colors. They make towable ones, but yeah, Twister Display also. I have a whole bunch of games in here too that I have from Twister Display because they make a whole bunch of different games for corporate events and all kinds of different stuff. But go to twisterdisplay.com. Go on their Facebook group or Facebook page. The Twister Display Facebook page has they do sales like once a month, once every 3 months or something like that, all the time. They do like auctions on like custom dunk tanks. They just did a red, white, and blue one for the 4th of July. They released right over this right now is right before the 4th of July. They did that like a month ago or two, so people can actually rent it out for the 4th. So when you break the dunk tank down, it's super simple. Don't pull the water out until like the end pretty much, or take all this stuff off real quick, fold it over there or yonder, whatnot, because you don't want to just be standing here and moving and doing all this stuff while this is draining in a giant puddle. First thing I do, come back around here and unscrew this giant long screw bob. Don't cut this either. I want to make sure you see how long it takes. Take that screw out. I always just pretty much go over it back to the dunk tank. Take these straps off. One thing I didn't say, to interrupt, is actually, like, I give 3 balls at a time for this dunk tank. The only reason I give 3 is because you're probably going to come back with 2. And 3 is pretty much standard. It's all they need. 2 is too little. 4 is too much. You're going to just lose 2 balls probably. The balls aren't cheap. I only buy balls from Twister Display because they're padded and soft, so if they ever do hit somebody, it's less likely to hurt them. That's important as well too. But yeah, I just wanted to like mention that. I only use 3 balls. I always keep them in the dunk tank because they float right up to the top after they fill with water. This way they don't disappear from the dog or kids playing around in the yard while it's filling up for an hour. That's another thing. Filling this dunk tank up, it could take an hour, it could take 2 hours. It all depends on the water pressure, but there's like 300 gallons in this thing. Once it's filled, you can't move it. So when you set this up and the customer's not there, I set it up like this and have it fully completed, and I don't put water in it because if they need to move it, they're not going to be able to move it without draining it. And it's a whole issue. So they can fill up the water. Sometimes they ask me for a hose, I'll bring my own hose. If they don't ask me for a hose, I'm not bringing a hose. I sometimes have it on the truck if I think it's going to be sketchy and I might need one because they're not going to tell me. There's always those situations. But at the end of the day, you want to, like, I try to have one hose in here mostly, just because this tends to need one more than a water slide would, because they always want it super far from any water source. I can actually fill this dunk tank up too, because I have an IBC tote that holds like 450 gallons, and I put it in the back of my truck and then fill this up with that giant tub of water remotely. So if there was a water source on site and I had to drive it around, I would use that and I could fill the dunk tank up. I've actually even used this to hold a bunch of water and foam solution and shot my foam out of this thing as a giant container. So the versatility of a dunk tank is just awesome. Some other cool things about dunk tanks, I'm not gonna lie, is this thing is great for fundraisers. This thing is great for school events. Like, this is like, it sucks, man. I only get paid $250 for this plus delivery, but the amount of schools that hit me up for this and then add other stuff on, or just this and I do stuff with them later, is well worth having a dunk tank for. If like my next dunk tank, I'm just gonna get a towable one so I can just tow it around my truck, or have the customer come tow it, pick it up too, because it'll help. So back to taking this thing down. After you take these little things off, pop this up, take it out, set it right here, hopefully don't fall. Pop this off, fold it in half. I always put it like far away because we're gonna assume this thing is filled with water, even though it's not right now. I wouldn't be putting all my stuff right here because this is about to be like the splash zone. Like, this is where it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get soaking wet. You can see that there's an angle right here, so maybe I'll put it a little bit farther over there if I was on site and I let the water go that way. 'Cause even if you put it, if I were to empty it right now with the slope, it will go that way. So even that will become the splash zone. These are all the type of things you need to be thinking about in this business, because you don't want to screw yourself at the end. It takes a little bit of thought to not screw yourself at the end of the day and get all your stuff wet. All these little things I don't put inside the dunk tank because I use it to hold this together once I put it apart. So take that off, pull this pin, let that drop down, put the pin back in. I know I do this fast. Put that up. Dunk tanks are awesome, man, especially this one. Boom, it's pretty much done. Take 2 of these little straps, make sure this thing don't wiggle around. Take this, and it goes inside, up, and there's a little bolt right there, and there's this thing. You kind of want it like right in between both of them, so it sits in there perfectly. And then I take the other 2 little straps, and I use it to hold this one in. Oops. So now it can't go nowhere. And now the dunk tank is ready to go. So ooh la la, here's the dunk tank. That's basically it. It's a great money maker. Call Twister Display. They're the ones that sell dunk tanks. They make some great dunk tanks. I'm not gonna lie. They make a whole bunch of great games. They make a whole bunch of great like novelty stuff, and they do some custom stuff. I actually have a custom backdrop with my logo, so it looks like you're putting your face and getting shot out of the cannon, like from my logo. So it's like it's coming from Twister. I actually have them doing some custom dunk tank designs for clients too. Yeah, it's no joke. So if you want the deals and all the cool stuff, and you want the goods and you want the discounts, because community has its benefits, you can get the deals at 716-451-2911. Just text hey, text something provocative. I don't really care. It's gonna get you automatically enrolled. We'll start sending you the links to the newsletter once a month. And we also might throw some promos and some special deals. If I do giveaways, like I might give away that slide. Who knows? I'm going to be doing it in the newsletter for people in the newsletter to their phones randomly. So that's the way to sign up for the deals. The big hurt dolly that I have, $100 off. I got a promo on the freaking newsletter. Go for it. Phone Daddy. Zoom in on the side. Phone Daddy. There's specials on solution. Get that solution that's normally $80 a gallon down to $60 a gallon. Like 63. Who knows what's going on? I don't know numbers. Don't pay attention to numbers. It's a crazy world. Those things change. But what doesn't change is the deals in the newsletter. As you can see, the quality is up, and we're going to start doing this stuff like once a week. I'm releasing videos once a week, and we're going to see you in the next one. Check it out next Monday. Or if you want to talk to me, talk to all the other people, get some stuff and info, check out the Facebook group like always. Party Rental Knowledge Group on Facebook. 716-491-2911. I messed it up. So let me get right into it. Yo. It's 451.
451-2911.
Oops. You can get the deals at 471. You can get the deals at 716-491.
451.
You can get the deals at 716-451-2911.